What a toilet. I cannot stand YouTube. That's the second time they've done that to me. Thank you. Thank you. YouTube sucks. Ugh. I'll wait a minute for everybody to switch over. How we doing? Tyler's here. Everybody hear me? I don't trust anything now. Everybody hears me, sees me. Check, check, double check. All kinds of checks. Checkity, check, check, check. Check, check. Let me know if you guys can hear me. What's up, Big Andy? You can hear me and see me, right? Because that's the second time in a studio. What do you mean no sound? I fucking hate YouTube. How is there no sound? Oh, someone said no sound. Wojo says no sound. Brandy can hear me. Andy can hear me. Wojo, that's got to be on you, right? Sounds okay. Yep, you're good. Yeah, I don't know what goes on, man. It's like I just turned my computer on. Yeah, I did reboot, but I had to do a whole new lobby because I went to go into the other one and it says notify me. Notify me? I'm the one who put it up. What are you going to notify me for? Oh, my God. All right. I'm going to wait a minute till everybody gets in here. Let me find something to put like here because my son was playing the Bigfoot game that Andy got me. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Banter with Richie B live, complete with technology fuckery. And trust me, it's very easy to set up a live in this. You just go, blah, 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 blah. I can do that. No problem. I've done 1,000 times. In-house is a little new, but that's the second time in a row. It's telling me my camera is on something else when I already shut it off in Restream, so I know it's not there. And it's like once I'm in, then they want me to reboot my computer to come back in order to acknowledge my camera. And then when I do that, I don't have a studio no more. But I have to go into the studio to figure out that my camera's not hooked up to it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. What? I mean, seriously, what are we doing? You could have we have satellites that can see the dust of an ant fart on Earth, and they can't figure that out. Seriously, right? Oh no. Oh my God. What's up, Alpha Joe? What's up, Brandy? What's up, Wojo? Tyler, Alpha, Sam. That's it. Big Andy already said hello to. Curious Cryptids. If you go into your messenger, you should see Banter and his live friends or whatever messenger. That's us. Click on that. You're in. You're part of the team. We need you. Please do. Thank you very much. What's up, Mooncat? I got to fill that blank space, or my OCD is going to freak me out right now. Here we go. On air. Okay. So, let's get to it. I need my headphones because I think we're going to be able to play videos. Sam has no association with this. This is my little project, but she was willing to help me today, and I just want to thank her very much for helping me. So I love all you guys. Last night's show was off the charts, awesome. You know, I'm watching the numbers for everybody as we climb with it as a network, and you know, I'm a numbers guy, so I watch stuff, you know, and it's not about clicks and views. It's about my friends being involved now and watching them succeed and climb. You know what I mean? And I just love that. It's just something that I just thrive on. And it's the same with everybody on the side. You know, I always want to include everybody and offer my space to them. And then when you see great success, it's exciting. You know what I mean? You feel good. You know what I mean? So yeah, the numbers came out this morning. They were like, you know, just flying right out and coming up on like 300 or something. So that's really good, man. We're not big, so we just have. I used to get Sam's episode before they changed their algorithm was up over 800 something views, like almost 850. And then Wojo and I had like a close to a 650. And then Jean Tewksbury, when she was a guest, she was around 550. And then they changed their algorithms, and I noticed like a lot of my live numbers, instead of like 13,000, 12,000, 10,000, I was getting like 5, 6, 700. I was like, what the hell's going on? So I talked to a couple of creators. One of them was my nephew, D Breezy TV, Drew. And that kid was getting like 50,000 views for reactionary videos that he does with music. And his dropped to like maybe 5,000, you know what I mean? So, yeah, they were tired of paying people, you know what I mean? So they played their game. So now I become this crazed person to try to figure out what games they're playing, My tummy is full, but I can't say no to a pastry. What kind of pastry do you got? Did I miss it? What do you say? It's had a big burrito from Chipotle. Chocolate milk now. I'm really full. Oh, Mooncat, it's Wojo. Yeah, he doesn't know that. Hello, Steven. All right, cool. So we got ourselves a little audience. Everybody hit the like button, please. Get those hot emojis going. Give me some love. I need it because YouTube pisses me off. Now, I'm going to go into the other one. Hang on, I'll be right back. And destroy it. It's funny because it says notify me, and then it asks me about analytics and all these other things. And I'm like, you guys are stupid. You know what I mean? So here, let's just, I don't even know if I can delete it. It says 3 waiting. You're so stupid. What a bunch of turds. I guess I can't delete it, can I? Nope. I am that B word. Look at that. You can't even move it. It glitches. Good job, YouTube. You guys are amazing. Anyways, we got rid of that one. I'll blow it up later. So stupid. Welcome to Banter, Richie B Live. It's Sunday afternoon, and we're about to get into breaking down some of my vintage structures. 2 of them that were really, really big for me as far as the discovery of something with thumbs, right? The very first one was a birch branch across 2 trees connected up above my head, and I was out there with my kids, and we were looking for the monster, and dressed like superheroes and stuff because I was hearing things out back, and that was like 2015, 16 or something, and I think it was 15 on that one. But yeah, so when I found that one and I was with my kids and I looked up and it had a Y and it went under the tree and over the tree and kind of grabbed it, and it was perfectly parallel with the ground. I looked at my kid and said, all 3 of my kids at the time, I had 3. I doubled that. And then some. Oh, good. You hear me. Thank you, Denny. You're a little late to the party. Hey, guys, Denny can hear me. And that's when I really started thinking of something with thumbs. You know what I mean? And then in 21, I believe it was. Yeah, 21, the dreamcatcher was discovered. And in 23, the 40-foot X was discovered when I was on an episode or whatever he does, a short basically for WBZ radio and iHeart Radio with Matt Shearer. He's a reporter out of Boston. He's pretty big. He's really big now. I can't even get him back on my show, I don't think. But no, we keep in touch. We text once in a while. He's a really nice dude. He's very busy, talented guy. And it was funny because when I went out there and I was like, I don't know, what am I going to show the guy, And I'm thinking, yeah, I'll bring him for an adventure, And I come out to the clearing where that tree snapped and all that episode went on. And I look up and there's this amazing X. And I say 40 foot, it's just estimate. But it had some little traits in it that even him, as somebody, not that he's not a believer, he's never had experiences, was kind of frozen. And then he had the actress, Annika Noel. She's out of North Shore as well, Massachusetts, but she's like on the Bold and the Beautiful or something like that. She's a big name. She's out in Hollywood basically, and really nice, down to earth woman, And we did this reenactment of Bigfoot, and I like filmed them too and stuff. It was a lot of fun. And but that thing's pretty cool. That thing's like a couple 100,000 views or something altogether. I don't know. I think it's like over 500,000. But it's that was like my first kind of touch with like allowing that, you know what I mean? I was very kind of like, don't put your camera on. We got to go in the woods first, you know, blah, blah. You know, I had rules and all that stuff. But yeah, we discovered that 40-foot X then. And let's see. Oh, now Denny's like, hey, I can hear you. Oh, so last night in YouTube alone, by the way, we had 814 chats. That's not a combination of like, you know, connecting to Sam's or the Facebook even, because Restream didn't give me my stats. YouTube took all night to upload. That video wasn't uploaded till now. The hype button is available on last night's episode. If you don't know where the hype button is, you go to comments, top right of comments, you'll see these 3 dots, and you can just slide to the right and you hit a hype button, and that gives you more points, and then it starts getting noticed more. So if you guys wouldn't mind going over to last night's episode or any episode that the hype button is still available in, hit the hype button and check it out. All right, just click it, and that'll help us kind of climb with the algorithm. Okay, that's the games they're playing. So if you just came in, hit the like button here and get the emojis going. All right, what's up, Ernie Davio? All right, everybody can hear me. Everybody's good. I'm gonna break into the archives, and we're gonna see what we can see, my friends. All right. So, all right. Woo, everything's coming up. All right. Yeah, Sam, that Dreamcatcher original is still a blank white piece of paper with a cloud next to it. That's weird, ain't it? And then the leaner with Mike, that was a leaner that I found that he didn't think much of. But that one's a white blank piece of paper too. That's the other thing is Google Drive's a pain in the ass, man. All right, so there is somebody that's in the picture with the 40-foot X, right? Now, let's just do this. Oh, God, I hate you. No, get out of there. Let's go over here. We're going to go to share screen. We'll do what we do. Tansi. There's everybody talking. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's what it is. I don't want to keep beating this horse. I just get irritated knowing that like I said, we have satellites that could see the dust of an ant fart from out of space. And then you get all this little stupid bullshit that's so much common sense involved in it. And no offense. I love that phrase. You know, when someone goes, hey, fuck you, you know, like, oh, no offense. But like technology people, right? There's one thing technology people do lack. They have brilliant minds. Common sense is not in the envelope. You know what I'm saying? Richie, fixing the leaner video. Well, aren't you amazing? Well, I just want everybody to see that because it's something that, to me, is well documented and talked about. But everybody, if you get into the researcher world, they just discard it like it's nothing, you know? So let's go. Do I got a window? Come to my window. Come inside. Wait by my big hairy moon. Sorry, my favorite song. Let's see. Open. We'll do the Google Drive one. Oh! All right. I'm going to go right for the 40-foot X, and then I think we'll jump to the Dreamcatcher. Open the window. It's downloaded now, just a few minutes. All right, let's see. Yeah, see, this one doesn't give me... Now, what did we do last time? So that's the big old X, right? What did we do last time? Hang on. I'm out of that. Bear with me. And if not, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it was edit. Oh, yes. Yes. But does it let me share it? That's the question. Window. Come to my window. Come inside. Way by my big hairy moon. All right, here we go. Everybody here? Everybody with me? All right. So this is the 40-foot X. Hang on a minute. Let's get rid of the evil that is upon it. There we go. Wait, I got a better idea. There we go. Okay. Smiley face. Boop. 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 Yay. There we go. Yeah, I can use AI too. All right. It is how they say it. It's over there by the window. All right, so this is the 40-foot X. Now, look how high it is, right? So we do have the being here. There's the height level of the being, approximately 5'7", say 5'6". So you go all the way up, it's up out of the picture. This one actually is in the picture. Now that's the key to it, right? So when you see these things, you look around for the wind and, you know, that game, right? So does the wind go this way? Oh, wow. Then the wind goes that way, but yet it lands exactly symmetrical in the middle. How did the wind know how to do that? Right? So then you start going and working your way backwards, right? Okay, let's get into it, right? Let's see if we can get a little color on this bad boy. I don't know if that, maybe if you brighten it, you might get a little more shadow. Something like that. Like this. All right, let's go right about there. All right. Let's zoom in. Right? Then we can move it around. Now watch the top right here. This is one of the keys. The other side had this as well, but as you can see, I didn't get it in the picture because I was a rookie. Well, not really. It's about 40 feet, I estimate. I see some branches behind the X just kind of hang. Yes, we'll get to that, D-Hoot. Thank you very much. Good Lord, dude. You don't even want to come on screen. Why don't you just have your own damn podcast, D-Hoot? And you're live out in the woods. That's right, Jim. We're here with D-Hoot live in the Bridgewater Triangle. Right? All right, so I'm gonna move it over here. We're gonna zoom in. Now watch. Watch the key to this. Key is its resting spot, right? Always look at its resting spot. That's the key that I find. I have to keep going over here in order to get this in. But so check it out, right? This tree right here is up and down, debarked, I might add. Up and down. This is the 40-foot X coming across here, right? It's resting on this one. It hits it right here. See the little point right here? Watch, let's zoom in. You see it? It's like almost like this one here is notched over like this. And then it locks in and goes up into that tree. And I don't really I've never seen a branch that it like was laying on. It just kind of went up. And if you walked over and wiggled this one, right, the X would move. So the weight of the X was on this tree going down. See the tree going down, right? So, and then there's the person. All right. Look at that. You know what I find kind of funny with this? You know, there's always that radiation talk too, right? With these things. I wonder why the box starts to decay up, like right from there, from here, and then goes up. And there's no bark. See it? And it's where the X is touching it. You see what I'm saying? So that weight, now look at it. Now there's this other branch that comes across backwards and upside down, like almost as if to lock it in. But that's like way up in the tree. Look how high up this tree is, right? If we could estimate. I need Ernie's hand here. Ernie knows how to estimate the trees. But look at that. Look how high up that is. Look at that. Climbing, still climbing. Keep climbing. See what I did there? Right? You guys see what I'm saying? You see how it's resting on this one? So how does the wind do that, right? And Are you guys following me? You with me? Right? So, and then you come across to the other one. As you can see, I didn't get the whole thing, and it stinks. Oh wait, is that the other tree? Yeah, I think it's this. I think it's this little one here. But I don't see that going all the way up. Maybe it isn't that one. But look how high up that thing is, man. Right? Now, we'll get to the point where D Who brought up in such an astute manner, I might add. This guy right here. This is what she's kind of talking about. And she's right to point that out. Right? She's right to point that out. What's up, Flat Earth? Good to see you, man. Good to see everybody here today. Thank you for hanging out with me on a Sunday afternoon. We'll be a little bit. We're going to check out a few structures. I got a few videos. I hope they're playing. Because if you heard us talk about the huts out in North Central Mass, I actually have the video of that discovery that I wanted to share with you guys. So that's the hopes, right? That's the hopes. So if you guys don't know it, Stephen Wolenskevitz is Wojo. That's why we call him Wojo, because look at that last name. What a fucking mess. What the hell is that? You know what I mean? I don't blame you, football coach, for just making shit up and calling you whatever you wanted to. I wouldn't want to call that fucking name out every fucking 2 minutes either. I'd be like, what? You here now. Thank you. Let's see. Fit the window. Oh, that's the window? I kind of want to back it up a little. Reset. Does it let me reset? Yeah, but it doesn't. No, I wanted. No, now I got to go do it again. What's this one? Looks like a teddy bear. There we go. Wow. So all right, let's do that. Now, okay, now we're going to go into the middle, right? Milk, tea, or coffee. Well, that's nice. I was called amongst other things, believe me. Yes, I agree. I agree. All right, so we're going to go into that middle stick that D Who was talking about. Now, Wojo's seen this up close before it mysteriously collapsed. Now watch. Now watch. This is the stick we're watching. I'm going to move it over a little bit and try to get most of it in the picture. So it comes across here, right? Now, mind you, this tree is up tight to the X. So you got this one here, right? Yeah, maybe we'll try something. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. All right. You're so mean. I don't think I can open it anymore. I'm trying to open it more, but it won't let me. Because that's all there is. Okay. All right. So, where are we? Hey, Cryptid Warbird, what's happening? All right, so this stick is key right here. This stick that comes over to here, you guys see it? Right? It comes across, right? And it's hooked right here on the little tree that's tight to the X. That tree's tight. This tree right here, guys. Pay attention to this. So you got, look how symmetrical that X is in the middle. Look at that. Wow. Right here. Look at that. Just imagine that as a circle without the rest of it. How perfect that is, right? So then you come down here and you see this. He's laying right here on this branch, comes across, and he's on this branch right here. Now, this tree right here goes up to the top of the X. You see it? So that stick that goes across the middle that D Who pointed out kind of looks like a root ball where it tops. No, I don't. This one looks like a root ball over here. I'll give it that. But I think that's just a broken tree. And that's just a break up here as well. Everything was pretty much in the ground, even the X itself. Yeah, smash the like button, everybody. Get the like button going. You heard what Wojo says. So this stick goes across. Let me zoom in on that area there. Here we go. And it's laying on the tree that the X is leaning on. So look how long that thing is too, right? Now, mind you, here's the key to this. When you're standing and you look up, what do you think we see? When you go like this, what is it that we're looking at? Any guesses? Any guesses? Hello, Gene. Any guesses what you're looking at when you look up? Come on now, it's an easy quiz right here. A? No. What? No, man. You guys take too long. You guys got to get quicker at this. If this is a quiz show, everybody loses. You're looking at branches. You're looking at about 1,000 branches. 1,000. Like, what is this thing going to do by falling all that way? Never mind that it lands on two perfect hooks, right? But it comes down through all these branches. Look at all those branches. Look at them all. How's that coming down, falling down naturally and landing like this, right? It didn't land like that. It was brought from this side, we believe, and slid inward to this. See what I'm saying? Slid inward to that. That's what happened. And that is one of the greatest things about this X. Not to mention that I had just been out there within weeks of maybe a week of that time. And it wasn't there. I would have saw it because it was the first thing I saw. When you walk up the game trail, you're like this. So you walk in, the woods are right here. My game camera was over here. That branch that went across, you could almost see it off in the distance over there. And then there's this clearing that goes up a hill to my left. So as soon as you come off that game trail and you're in that clearing, that was right there to your left. You couldn't miss it. You just could. There's no way you can miss it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And everybody. It's funny because the biggest argument I get with structures is the why. I love that. We don't know. We don't know why. What do you know so much about their personality that you can give me an answer of why they don't do that? If you know so much about Bigfoot and you know so much about their personality and you need science and all that shit, tell me why they don't do it. Tell me why they don't do it. Why don't they build structures? Right? No, I know why they don't. Oh, what is it? I'd love to hear that, sir, ma'am. Come on. Think about it, right? It's just, they do it for many reasons. There's more plausible reasons why they would than why they didn't. Just think about it. One of the biggest reasons is, I don't know, you don't have any PS5s out there to play some Battlefield 6 on. So what are you going to do? I don't know, break trees and make pretty designs. Well, that's even plausible, right? Think about it. You're in the woods, 365/7, all the time, 24, right? You're like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Never mind the what's up, W? Never mind the reasons of survival, the reasons of trapping food, the reasons of pointing to direction, the reason of clan marking. We could go on and on and on of why they would, but you ain't got shit for why they don't or didn't. You ain't got nothing. Tell me. What? Because Bigfoot don't exist? That would be the only reason you would have. And that's a crock of shit. I haven't gotten to say hey to everyone individually. Oh, Secret Squirrel's here. It's the W. Richie, all videos are converted. You should be good to go. Well, aren't you just amazing? Well, we'll see about that, Sam. We'll see about that, won't we, Sam? So that's the 40-foot X. And one other thing I want to zoom in on. Whenever you find a structure, look around, man. Look around. Look at this area. Now, notice, the first thing I want you to notice is the trees that are standing upright. What is all that crap on the ground, and how did it get there? Did it break and fall and break all these branches that are still there on the other trees as they landed? Look at them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm going to say 18 to be safe. Another one. 19, 20. I'd say about 20. Just in that immediate area. In the picture frame, right? Hard to tell on my phone. Well, whose fault's that? Whose fault is that, D-Hoot, that you're on your phone? Is that my fault, D-Hoot? Is that Roland Skivich's fault? Is that Sam's fault, D-Hoot? No, D-Hoot. It isn't. All right. So yeah, that's probably one of the coolest X's that I've ever seen. Trust me, they're X's for a reason. So that's that. You can see how enormous it is, how symmetrical it is, right? Now, a lot of the what's that say? Read previous comment. Oh, Jesus fuck. How to tell on my phone? Looks like one has bark and one doesn't on the X. Well, okay. It's hard to. So you have to understand what I'm dealing with. I wish I could send you a picture. When I share screen, I don't see the regular screen. I get this big rectangle that comes up. It half blocks your questions. I try to move it, and I can, but then I lose some ability to do things. So bear with me if I don't see your comments. Don't yell at me. I don't know how easy it's going to be to work with, so bear with me. D-Hoot. This is the D-Hoot Show today, folks. Welcome to the D-Hoot Show. There we go. All right, now I can see it. No, I think they were the same exact trees. They're both pine trees. Woju, you can confirm that, I believe. But yeah, it has traces of the bark. It's not as stripped, which is another astute observation on your behalf. But the funny thing is that you bring that up, D-Hoot, up here, there's no bark where it meets the other tree. Is there some kind of radiation factor? Interesting. Richie, there you are. Sam tricked me the other night. I had to watch a video about makeup. No. I saw you participated. Don't even say that. Don't even say that. I heard you yell, I'm on deck. I'm on deck. So yeah, so think about it, right? I don't know. Maybe there's something to it, right? We're talking about theories and hypotheses and educating ourselves the best we can with what we got, right? And I think structures are a good way to do that. I truly do. I think structures should be part of the mainstream research and not just shunned and boo-hooed, right? And I noticed a lot more people talking about it, don't get me wrong. But when I came in a couple of years ago, I was told by a very prominent figure not to waste my time, that it's not scientific, and I'll get laughed at. And I told him immediately, that's not going to happen. I'm going to push this narrative, and if nobody likes me, then so be it. I don't care. So, no, we weren't mean to each other, but, but it should be part of the mainstream research, I believe. So anyways, that's that on the X, because we got a lot to cover. So I'm going to, now it says I can do things. I thought I could move her. No, it's not going to let me do that. Why? All this technology you got. I can actually just stay on this screen. Whoa. And do things, huh? Yeah. Thought about that. And then you can move around. All right, cool. But I wish I could just go to other photos, which you think I should be able to, right? Nope. It's amazing technology. Browse all your photos and videos. Okay. Am I doing it? Yeah, never mind that. That's just stupid. All right, let me bring this one up. Let's see. Maybe we'll pop in a video. Yeah, the Dreamcatcher original isn't going to work for me. I don't know what that thing's problem is. I'll have to do it in gray. Oh, boy. Oh. Is this? Bring this one up. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's the top. I remember I zoomed in on that one. I'd have to share that screen. Hang on. La 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 la. All right. Let me check. Show film strip. Nope. You don't have a film strip to show, sir. All right. So we'll X right out of that. And then we'll go up sharing. And then we'll go share window. And this is just a quick one here that is this is the very top that I had zoomed in on a long time ago. So I figured I'd just show you. Why is my so stupid? But that's the top. You can see where it meets up with the very. Is this? Oh, you can see where it meets up right there, real close, right? You see how it's resting on the top of that other tree? It does it. It does that on both sides. The other side is exactly the same as far as the resting place far goes, which I thought was obviously another form of symmetrical type behavior, right? Which is something that we've talked about with perhaps the spectrum, right? You know, is there some kind of a spectrum that we're dealing with? You know, do they need it to be symmetrical? Do they have to come kind of like what I said? Oh, I got to put something here because that, you know, that little bit of OCD, you know, is there that type of thing that goes on, you know? You know, and I remember my very first show, I had Mike Trainer, Dave McCullough, and Matt Moniz on, and Matt Moniz talked about the possibility of them having like autism and stuff, and he had a child with one, and it reminded the behaviors were very similar. And I wonder if some of the symmetrical isn't so much meaning, you know, to everyone else, but it's something that they have to do because like lining up cars or stacking or, you know, those types of behaviors. Is that something that we're dealing with here? You know, not all of them, but some of them, you know, do they have that? I mean, if they have the human in them, then I guess that would be something that they could definitely get or have, or whatever the case might be, however you call it. I don't know. But yeah, the point that both of these trees were resting on other trees that went straight down. The X in the middle is perfectly symmetrical. And then you had that branch going across the middle. You know, I don't know what that was exactly, but it was there. It was placed there. I'll tell you that. And I got another photo in here that I talked about with the dreamcatcher. Remember the suspended tree? I have that photo in here of where it was needle and threaded through a Y 12 feet up in the air. And I'm going to show you that. Yeah, recent changes will be lost. Good. All right. So that's that. Now, let's go. Oh, sorry. All right, so that's the 40-foot X. That's basically it in a nutshell. I'm looking around for videos here, and I don't happen to see any. They're all images. Did my videos move? This one looks like a video. Let's see if I open it with Google Drive, if it lets me play. Okay. So I'll spare you some of the antics here. All right, here we go. All right. Wait a minute. Oh, I can't be on that screen? Oh, I got to jump back and forth? Really? All right, so these are the huts that we come up on, and this is the first big hut that we saw. Remember the hut that we had in 3D? Again, I'll show you that, but this is I turned the sound down because you don't need to listen to a lot of it, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should play it.
Here, going up, and you come in here. Yeah.
Watch. Now watch this.
So look at this. You get all these bends this way, going up, and then you have bends going over here.
See how they meet at the top? Up. See how they meet up there?
And you come in here.
Creating that. Look at the twist now. Look at.
There's a twist off.
You see the twist? Yeah. Look at that thing.
And then you get in the middle of it. And there's a tree break. Right in the middle. And here I am standing up I'm standing up right in the middle of them now.
Now watch what I think is bedding. Watch.
Big bends all the way around, like a little house.
Watch the green on the bottom.
Look at that. And there's a twist again. There's that twist I showed you.
You can see it's spun.
There's a little opening right here. And you come in here. It's bedding down over there.
Yeah, see all the
look at all the pine over here.
Look at the pine on the ground right there. No, it doesn't belong there. It's put there. There's not a flat pine bush out there, right? You guys see that? Yes, and I'm going to show you that, D. Please stick with the story, and I'll get to the dreamcatcher. I promise you. I promise you. Look at D. Look at. Get out of my head, weirdo. Now watch. Yeah, bedding, right? Curious. Watch. That's what we chalked it up as. Look at it. That's not growing there. That's not a ground fern. You know what I mean? That is just stuff that's laid down, and you can see. Let me go back over. I don't know if you can see my cursor on a video or not. Look at this area here. It's like somebody's ass was laying there, right? Look at it. Look at that. Now, can you? I can't. What's this? Full screen? Oh, I don't know if that pixelates it at all, but that zoomed in a little bit. Yeah, but look at it right here. You can see how it's kind of flattened out a little bit, right? Right. Now watch. Let's go back. I'll press play. I got to jump screens on it. Sorry.
The ground.
Right there. Look at that. Let's go through it one more time.
I'm looking around everywhere else. This is the only
So look at this. Get all these bends this way.
There's nothing on top of it holding it to
And
bend
then you have
like
bends
that.
going over here.
I'm not discounting ice or whatever.
And you
You
come
know,
in
snow,
here.
but it's both it's going
an
the same
opening.
way. I mean, you would think it would
twist
go
on.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Or go like this.
And then you get in the middle of it.
Two different directions meeting in the middle.
right there.
And there's a tree break
Yeah, look at the 90 in the middle.
right in the middle.
Up against this tree right here.
And here I am standing up.
See how everything pushes down?
I'm standing up right in the middle of them now.
Yeah, no, that ain't what that is this time, buddy.
Bends all the way around, like a little house. Look at that.
You see them all
And
bent
there's
at
a
the
twist
bottom?
again. There's that twist. I showed
Watch
you,
those bends at the bottom, guys.
right?
Because
There's
if you remember, the
big
huts
bends all the way around, like a little house.
have the same type of bends. Look at them.
that.
See how they have the stump?
And
You
there's
gotta
a
look at
twist
the very
again.
bottom.
There's that twist I showed you, right? There's a little opening right here.
Yep.
And you come in here.
Now here's the bedding.
It's bedding down over there.
Look at this.
Look
one.
at all the pine over here on the ground.
Look at that. That pine don't belong there. You know that pine is not normal or need to be. That being pine makes me question why we haven't seen multiple pine cones. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Good point. D-Hood, are you drinking today? You got a mimosa going or something? Yes, they are very deliberate in what they do, subtle until they really want. Well, yeah, right. And the key to this is pickup sticks, right? Yeah, and I've heard you say that before. The key to this is, all right, so give you a little context, because context is everything. We're a good mile and a half into the woods. I mean, we're in the thick of things, okay? There's all kind. This is an area where this brother and sister recorded all kinds of sounds. They would sit out there, and one night they had a big log thrown out the truck they were sitting in. There's activity in this area. There's huge power lines. The power lines are huge, man. You can see right up to New Hampshire in them. They're wide open, right? Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you. So then we go in, and that's where we find those little triangular type structures off the ground by 2 or 3 feet that it looks like they're funneling the deer into, and then there's deer scat all around it, right? So it looked like it worked, right? So then we go walking up, and we're deep into the woods, man. I mean, we are out there into the woods. And off to the left, we had taken a break, and I got up, and I just wanted to walk in. I didn't want to be on trail. I hate trails. So you look up, and you see that from the roadway, it looks like trees. Just trees. You start walking by it, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait, whoa. You know what I mean? No, and if it's ice or snow, no other trees were around there that were bent. I mean, they were around there, but they weren't bent like that. So you can have the ice argument, the snow argument, all that stuff. But why aren't all those saplings shaped like that then? The ones that are the same height, same age. Why? Why aren't they? They all should be. Anything within 100 yards, to be fair. Any sapling in 100 yards should have snow cover pushing it down in this direction and that direction to where, come on. So, hello, Susan. What, a toilet? Wait, what? D who's got, yeah. No, I'm usually loud. I don't know about Claire, but I'm definitely loud. But yeah, so I don't see it as a possibility with weather unless there's other things around there that match the weather, right? Say it's within 50 yards, to be fair. Nothing. So when you walk and you notice this one here, right? There was a little gully down in this way here off to the left of that, if you're looking at it. And that had bent trees over it. Like somebody would crawl in there and their bed was kind of underground, so to speak, right? But then if I hope I have it, that would be tragic if I don't. I uploaded it and I don't recognize it here. Then, let me see. I'm looking. Sam, does that move the videos? Because I uploaded a bunch of them and I only saw that one. I don't know what this one is. Oh, what's this one? I see one down here. Okay. Yeah, usually they would have that. Oh, that's a TikTok one. Let me just review it real quick to make sure. Yeah, so this is the back side of it now. Okay, here we go. So this is the back side of it. This is the back side of it, and wait, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Here we go. It's on TikTok. Best I can do. Deal with it. Oh wait, maybe I go full screen.
This is a bed here, pushed over.
Yeah, not really helpful.
On top. There's no big trees that collapse this on top of this. There's no big top of a tree.
Early December, D-Hoop.
Anywhere. That pine tree's secure. A couple branches maybe fell off. Nothing here. All oaks, elms. There's nothing on here holding this all down. These are all bent into place.
Like,
and these are things we talk about. All theory. But man, you got to ask yourself, why is there a dozen trees bent over gently, basically? And then inside, you can walk inside this place. And a couple of like impressions, but because it's compost, you can't tell. And then in the middle of it is the biggest tree that's broken. Yet there's nothing on top of it except the bushes from the ones they bent. See?
Wild,
crazy.
Right? Wow. Can't get past the decoration issue, right? Ernie says that was an experiment done. There was an experiment done, several items on a table. It's extensive, but the results were they replaced items on the table after picking them up precisely where they got it off from. Their attention to detail, I think he's saying, as it appeared, seems to point forward savant, which is like autistic in a way. It's crazy. Interesting. So yeah, so that's a little bit more of that area. I'm going to stop sharing that, come back, and then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to see which one this is. And then we're going to bring that up. Is that? I think it's the same one. Did it double? Yeah, same one. That's weird. It doubled up on one of the videos. So I'm missing a video, which is, the most important video of that whole adventure. I just don't see it. All right, so let's do this. Open with Google Drive. Open with Google Drive. Just a reminder of what this place is. Open with Google Drive. Open with Google Drive. All right, there we go. We got a bunch of windows open. All right, cool. Let me just check them out. Oh, is that a video? Wait, that's the same video, ain't it? Yeah. You're out of here. All right, we'll start with this one here because you got this one. Oh, that's a video. Oh. All right, so yeah, there's another video kind of confirming this area. Yeah, these are coming up as images. That's wild. Oh, MP4. I see it now. All right, cool. So here we go. This isn't, again, we're going back. This is the same spot, and it's important to be thorough about it, right?
Even if you got in there with the orange and your yellow coat.
This is crazy. That's awesome.
Right on a game trail.
Hey, look at all these are just dragged here.
Yeah, it's just broken off and dragged here. Where'd they come from?
I don't know. Those are like sapling breaks. Those aren't even
Look
branches.
at those breaks. They're just stacked up. There's like 4 or 5 of them just broken off, and it's not even the full sapling.
Kind of like looking like this. It's almost like backup or something.
Was there like 12 trees right there, all bent the same
Look at them
way?
all.
Yeah.
Look at those things. That's crazy. Totally crazy. So share that tab instead. I can do. That's right. So there you go. So that's kind of an outline of it. And again, you're out in the the dirt area, the dirt pathway. That don't look like nothing. This is around like the backside. You start coming around going, wait a minute. You're walking by and going, what are all these trees doing leaning over like that? Doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? We can go in and yeah, look at all the pine on the bottom. Look at all this stuff here. Look at it. Look how fluffy that bed is, man. Look at that. It's almost like they shake the pine needles off when they're dying and, you know, just prop down and take a nap. Yeah, look at this twist right there. There it is. See it? It's as far as it's going to let me go in. Look at that twist, man. Right? All right. So now, mind you, around the back side of that is these guys. So what you saw was behind this to the right a little bit. If you're looking at this, it's like this and it's up over here. So as you came up, that's like where the big guy sat. You know, that was our impression that the big guy was there. And you come around here and maybe these are the juveniles, right? Where the juveniles were laying. So yeah, smash that likey button. What you waiting for? Yeah, they pull the branches from the knots and things like that. Yeah, it doesn't show MP4. It shows image, and then I read over to the right more, and it shows MP4. So I just got to get used to doing that. I don't think they were that. Let's see, which one are you talking about here? This guy, okay. Yeah, I don't know. There is some cavernous, dark areas in here. Again, I can't see comments right now, so bear with me. I don't remember seeing prints or anything. But the funny thing was, this was kind of like the entrance in a sense. And there was that twisties like right there. And the road that we came up on, the dirt road, look at all these trees. Look at them. Count them. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. And they're all headed that way. All right? Well, if it's snow and ice, why is this straight up? What's wrong with this guy? He's straight up. This guy's straight up. This guy's straight up. So where's the snow and ice theory now? Very low percentage, I would say, right? So, and again, around the back is this guy. Right? And I did that one with 3D. And so much of these trees still. Yes. Well, that's the key, is that they keep them alive. And what I have found with a lot of structures, they keep them alive. And they do. They go and come back with the seasons, except for one tree. Does anybody know what tree that is? In my area. Sorry, that's kind of tough for you. In Northeast. The one tree that doesn't die, that always has cover. All right, Ernie. Always has cover. Rich is Scott from Palm Coast. What's up? Michelle D. Rich, it's Scott from Palm Coast. What's up? Yo, what's up? Palm Coast. Is that what you're using these days? You don't have your own YouTube? What's going on? Good to see you. So, you know, the weather thing to me is kind of debunked. But around the back, you see this. This is in a 3D form. What do we notice? That's the same as the ones out front. But these are lower. These are like, 4 feet off the ground. So this area here that I'm looking at, let me X out some of these. This area here that I'm looking at is from here to here, say, is like 4 feet, right? But then you can lay down. This is the one I showed in 3D. Even, with this being 3D scan, look at, you could see the movements on the ground. This is kind of like a little hill, and then it drops down, and then it goes back up. But let's see what we see. I see a little bit of pine in here, a little bit of fresh green over here, right? But look at those bends. Don't they look familiar, just in a smaller version of a closer to the ground? Look at it. Look at this one back here. I can't see the bottom, but you could tell the right turn it takes. Look at it. And it covers over. These ones here that are orange, that are dead, were kind of brought in and laid over the ends, which obviously would be to keep them in place. Keep the fresh ones in place, right? So the fresh ones are always growing back. So every year you have shelter. Every year you have food, bugs or whatever that might come with it, other critters that might want to use it for a shelter. Could be like a trap, right? Pretty wild stuff, man. I mean, think about this. This is the part of the Bigfoot research world that, people don't want to discuss, right? If I could take a photo, I could trace it. Curious, it's amazing they're in the summer. Oh, they're around all the time. Yeah, I got prints in the hut. What? No, I already checked. I already went back there. I already checked that. You didn't see me check it? Now, can I timestamp it? What? All right, get the hell out of here. Go have some late lunch. Tom, what am I timestamping? Oh, God, help me. If I could take a photo, I don't know what she's talking about. Are they talking amongst each other? All right, so I don't even know. Oh, see, I don't know that. So put at Sam. Oh, I think we're related, D-Hoot. I think we're related. Somewhere. Somewhere it's D-Hoot. Our DNA tree crossed paths. Yeah. It has to be. That has to be the case. Let's see. Oh, let me see. Image. All right. Lena with Mike. Yeah, see, that doesn't show me anything. Oh, that's the dreamcatcher. I'll put that together with the dreamcatcher so you guys can check it out. And then I'm going to see. Let me just check one more time. Yeah, because the videos, some videos show those little things on the side and other ones don't. That stinks. See what I mean? Like, why you got to be so difficult? Doesn't really show me much and it don't look all that familiar, I got to be honest. What's this one? Let me check. Oh, and this is the one that's Brian Terrell's. Hang on a minute. Let me get rid of this one. Get rid of that one. Get rid of this one. All right, and there I am. Yeah, cool place to bed down, right? Could have been Da Vinci. Good chance it was Da Vinci. Everything is MP4. No, but it doesn't. But the screen I'm looking at, Sam, it doesn't show me MP4 unless I go into them. So I still have to recognize what's on the video before I can do anything with it. Bizarre, right? What's this one? Let's see if that's an MP4. Yeah, that's an MP4, but that's the one I just showed. All right, well, bear with me here because this is silly. Let's see which one this is. Show you. Here we go. This is the one I would like to show you. So, about damn time. It's about damn time. Oh, sorry. I was going to start dancing. All right, Wojo. You know this one. All right, here we go.
Same thing.
Now I'm still
Comes
standing.
another one.
I'm moving over
That's what we're
behind
trying
it.
to teach people. Little teeny breaks down here, right?
Yeah, that's. Wait, go back.
In the woods a lot, so I kind of know what things.
Look at the bends on that. Look at the bends on that. Now watch. Now they're out back. See all that bunching up? That's that whole
Oh, so
complex.
it's an opening.
Here we
Perfectly
go.
bent opening.
This is when we find the hut. This is it. Look at. Look at
Oh,
that.
look at it. It's bedded down.
Like a less strong
Look how big it is.
That's not.
Look at this wall.
You know, hunter and stuff.
Where'd it go? Oh, it ended. Damn it.
I don't know.
How long trees branches like that? That's cool. Just go over the other one.
Done that nicely.
There we go.
Look at this.
Oh, it's an opening. Perfectly bent opening.
Look at that.
Oh, look at it.
Look at that.
It's bedded down.
It's like a less
You see that shit?
strong shelter.
Yeah.
Look at
That's
this.
not.
Look at this wall.
Look at that. Right? Let me see if I can. Oh, I can. Oh, really? That's what it does? Wait. No, it should go. Hang on. The signal was definitely getting tough out there. I'll tell you that. Let's see what I can do with settings. How about some quality? Some 1080? Oh, a little bit of 1080. I'll take some of that. Look at it. Now, mind you, this is on the
Oh, look at
back
it.
side.
It's
Look at
bedded
that.
down.
It's like a less strong shelter.
Look at that. Look at the bends in it now. Notice over here. Same thing we saw up front, which is over. See where the sun is? See where the sun's shining where my cursor is? A little bit over to the right over here is that big one. And we walked around the back like this. I can't see comments right now. Sorry.
Look at this wall.
Being a hunter and stuff.
Isn't that wild? So what do you guys think about that? Right? Oh, Tante Elda. I don't see Elda. What are we watching? What is? Just turned bent over. Mind your business. It's not black screen. It's the end of the video. Perhaps my ex-mother-in-law can spend a night there. I'm sure she has. There's Zelda. Yep, shelter, right? Yeah, this is the shelter. This is the huts that Wojo and I had found with some fellow researchers a couple years back. It was in December. I don't remember what year, unfortunately. Maybe 23. So yeah, it's a pretty cool video. And what I just showed you was like a whole complex, right? It was like a whole area. You walk up, it's off to your right. Oh, I wasn't seeing that. I saw the holes, but I don't know what the rest of that is. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, you missed 3 of them. I didn't see them, but oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I have to. It definitely looks like something. I don't know what it would be. And there's a weird hole in the middle. It looks like there could be like maybe finger holes. So yeah, so that's, I'll go back. I'll play it one more time.
Opinion, I get mine. That's fine. Oh, what things?
Look at all those trees, man.
Branches like that.
That's that whole main complex. And you come around the back, you see the opening.
Oh, so it's an opening, perfectly bent opening.
Yep. Look at those bends, man. Look at those bends. Look at those bends.
Oh, look at it. It's bedded down.
Like a less strong shelter.
Now I have another video where I actually lay in it and give you a little bit of comparison to size, right? So, yo, what's up, Ricka? Yo, Ricka's in the hizzy. The Rizzy's in the hizzy. Yeah, so what do you guys think of that? Pretty crazy, right? I know it's Scott Demers. How do you know that? I know it's Scott Demers. That's why I said you don't have your own YouTube. You didn't hear me say that? Pay attention. Pay attention, class. That's a very good long friend of mine. We have a long history. That's my brother, Mr. Scott Demers, down in Florida. And apparently has to use his wife's YouTube. That's cute. That's real cute. So yeah, what do you guys think of that? You know, that's our discovery when we walk up on this whole area. Now, you know, it's not just finding one, it's putting it all together as you go forward, right? And you're like, wow, what is all this? The thought of ice started leaving us. The thought of snow, you know, load and tree fall, all that stuff started leaving you when you realized the way it was set up strategically. If you notice, when we went around the back, there was a big open field, not a field, but, you know, wide open forest. And there was actually an old Civil War type wall there, a Revolutionary War stone wall. And that had a drop down right there. So whoever's in the back, and there was two of those huts that you just saw, one big, one small, could see straight out. You go around the other side, and Big Daddy could stand up and look and see the roadway. And then that one that I told you in the gully, that right there, maybe that's Mama. Maybe Mama goes there, Daddy goes to the big one, and the juvies go to the back. Something to think about. It made us think about it. You know what I mean? You know, it's pretty cool. So it's a pretty cool discovery, and it's one of my favorite finds ever, to be quite honest with you. I've always enjoyed that whole adventure of the huts, finding the huts. I enjoyed the people we found it with, but they just disappeared. They didn't want to do this no more, I guess. And that happens. You know, people get fatigued. I mean, especially if I'm around. Geez, I fatigue myself. So one other thing I want to do before we get to the dreamcatcher, I want to talk about leaners, right? So I have a book here, A Field Guide to Sasquatch Structures. It's all theory. It's from a well-known author, said to have gone a little crazy, I guess. I don't know. I don't know him personally, but I know he's in New England. He's up in Vermont. Christopher Noel. The 50 most common types in North American forests. Now, when we found the dreamcatcher, the person that I researched with gave me this book. And lo and behold, on the cover was, well, I'll show you when we get to the dreamcatcher and you can make your own determination. Some of you already know. But in here also, and I'm not saying this is the Bible of structures, but it is kind of neat because a bunch of these structures in here I had on my property, and we actually have things now that I know Wojo would appreciate that are very similar. Now, I don't know if we've seen these together or not, but it does kind of look like when we come into the area. Hang on. Notice like the triangle, but look what it's on. It's on a rectangle. You see that? See the rectangle it's laying on? Then it has the triangle, right? Or the A, right? You know, something to think about. It's something to think about because you're discovering these things and someone already has them in print, right? So it's something worth talking about, going, hey, if I'm finding these, I don't know why I'm putting these back on. You know, why are they in print, right? I really wish I had that other video in there. Oh, boy. boy, Richard. So check it out. So the leaners now, let me get over to your screen so I can see what you're saying. That's a good idea. Whoa, there's the comments. Okay, Richie, I think I got you all fixed up. Everything should be good to go. I got to take the kids out for a few minutes so they can make a snowman. Oh, awesome. No, yeah, no, I appreciate it. Anytime. Thank you so much. Tell you, Jonathan, and I hope Jonathan's feeling better. And let him know I thank him for your time as well. Because that is family time on a Sunday, especially. So I appreciate it. Everybody thanks Sam for her hard work and her dedication and loyalty. And all right. Inverted tree lean. These usually have roots visible at the top. Nah, see that? That's an inverted one. Here we go. Skyscraper, that he calls them. Imported tree wedge. Snugly into a crook. Often barkless and imported. Very important. Right? You see it? You with me, everybody? I'll read those words one more time. Skyscraper, imported tree wedge, snugly into a crook. Snugly into a crook, you say? I do, me boy. Often barkless, which is the same as pantless, I might add, and imported, right? Interesting. Now we go. Oh, there we go. Open with Google Drive. Tells me, hey. I don't know if I have foul language in this, so bear with me. Thank you so much, Sam, for this. All right, so everybody's ready? All right. Nope, no sound. Let me put sound on.
Another.
I'm very adamant.
Video recording.
There's another dead tree wedged up in here. I don't know if you came from there. You gonna just keep walking?
I just don't think so. I think that to me, from what everything I've seen, is a placement.
Look at how it goes up between
It's
the branches.
Between those two branches perfectly.
Right. Totally barkless. Now watch. Watch. Where's the stump? Anybody see the stump? Where'd it go? No stump. See that? See it? Look at it.
This doesn't look like it belongs there.
No stump. Right? Are you with me on that? Now, this is in the Freetown Forest.
Video recording.
In the Bridgewater Triangle. One of the most famous places there are. I would say spruce. I don't know. It had that red tint to it.
I just don't think so. I think that to me,
Love you, Sam.
from
Thank
what
you.
everything I've seen, is a placement.
What's up, Banter Sky?
It's in between those two branches perfectly.
What say you guys? What do you think? It wasn't. I don't think it was a pine. I mean, it's too. You can tell by the grain in it. It's solid. It was heavy. I tried to move it. I could move it, but it was heavy.
This doesn't look like it belongs there. Video recording.
Anybody have any thoughts on this?
Dead tree wedged up in here. I don't know if you came from there. You gonna just keep walking?
I just don't think so. I think
I'm pushing back because
to me,
I'm being
what
told
everything I've
structures
seen
are
is a
stupid.
placement.
Basically.
it's in between those
Maybe.
two branches perfectly.
And where's the stump, bro? Hey, if you just came in, please hit the like button. Scott, if you're still here, ask Michelle where the like button is. Ha 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 ha!
This doesn't look like it belongs.
Look at there's no stump. There's no stump. Yeah, you find them as well. So I thought that was a cool one. I've always kept that video. I love it. I think it's something that as the evolution of Richie B's research has brought him back to that. You know, it was a big one. Yeah, it was. I thought it was really cool. In the area that it's in, you have to understand there's been trackways and sightings, and Freetown Forest is just infamous and famous all at the same time. And So location matters, context matters, as I always say, you know. But that was a cool one. So now we get on to this. Let's get on to this one here. Let's see. I think I have the best one I got. I don't have. Let me see if it's going to let me open the original Google Drive. I don't know if it will. Oh, it did, but it's really small. Jeepers creepers. And there's no editing whatsoever. All right, I'll show you this one, and then I'll break down the gray and black one. All right. So here we are. I know it's small. I don't want to hear it. If I had a nickel. It says I can edit. What can I edit? Oh, no, my stream? No. That's stupid. All right, so it is a great picture. What do you mean? Can you see it now? Yeah. So it's a great picture because of distance. You get to see what we saw when we walked up to this area. So you walk up and you look over there. It was to our right. And you just stand there like, what is that? What is this? I could see from where I was standing, that tree that's bent, okay, is perfectly healthy to the point it has green leaves coming out right on the bend. Right on the bend. The branches are still connected. They're still growing green. Trees, you could tell, are set on nubs of these branches. Again, I'm not, at this time even, in 21, yeah. I'm not doing lives. I'm not going up close. I'm taking pictures of the whole thing, thinking that I can just zoom in, and that's just not the case. So I'm learning as I go. Today, I would have went right up to each one of those sticks that were leaning and taken a picture of the little nub that they were leaning on. When you see that, do you think Mother Nature? I had a guy say to me, one of my biggest blow-ups in this. It was funny as shit. I enjoyed it. He says, kids are playing tricks on me in the woods. That kids are playing. Let's say that again for the people in the back. Kids are playing tricks on me in the woods. Let's break that comment down. This is why I built a community where we don't treat each other like this. This is why it's so important. What a stupid statement, right? Ready? Context. Does he know where I'm standing? Does he know how far out in the woods I am? Has he ever been there before? Just somebody on the internet has never stood in front of that. And his comment is, I'm basically an idiot and kids are playing tricks on me. So my answer to him was, so you're telling me, I asked him if he had those questions I just asked you. And then I said to him, so you're saying it's more believable that kids walked a mile into the woods with a come-along and an engineering degree and built this structure. You think that's more believable than Bigfoot? Seriously, I'm being dead serious. An unknown, undiscovered scientific, all that bullshit is more believable than that fool who had never been here, never stood there and looked at it, doesn't have any idea where it is, how far away it is, never, ever, ever. And then he thinks kids were playing a trick on me with a 40-foot elm bent with about 12 to 14 foot peak, and then symmetrically made this message, basically, or whatever this would be. Well, get back here, Mooncat. I need you. So that statement right there, when I decided to have a podcast, to build a community, to let people into my space, to share my space with others, to create something that we could all enjoy, that statement stood out to me, not because it rented space in my head, because I educated myself from that statement. Wow. The need to be a shitbag was way more than the need to be somebody with intelligence. You hear what I said? The need to be a shitbag was way more important than to be somebody with intelligence, with intellect, with research and discovery, with the quest for facts. All that took a backseat. Just had to be an asshole. So typically what an asshole does is end up sounding stupid, because that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. So that's enough of that. Oh, what's this? Oh, Ben from Oz is here. Good morning, sir. Yeah, so I call it a dream catcher. Some people call it a wagon wheel. One of the theories I heard is that they take the tree, they bend it back down, they give the energy back to Mother Earth. That was a brilliant theory. Love it. Love it. And it's probably some of them in our Banter with Richie B Live Messenger crew. So absolutely, bar none, the best structure I've ever seen, ever, period, because it's so complex. And I'm going to show you how complex it is. I'm going to go over here, and we're going to go over here. Now, with that in mind, actually, before I share this, let me open it up anyways. All right, before I share that, come back here. Let me stop sharing until the screen's big. The book I just introduced you guys to. Is everybody paying attention? This is the cover of the book. Does that look familiar to you? This book was published in 2016. The Dreamcatcher was discovered in 2021. And when the other researcher gave me this as a gift and said, I thought you should see this cover, I stared at it for I don't know how long. Like, wait, what? Then the research really started kicking in, right? Because what I have in my hand is what I'm looking at on the edge of my property. Everybody see that? I can't even believe it. I couldn't believe that there was something there that someone else knew about. And it's one of the most unfounded. I mean, these things are very rare. I've never seen another one, to be quite honest with you. And here it is on the cover of a book. Oh, here's one. Look at this one. Double 90s, right? The double 90s. Right? It's 2016. I don't know anything about this research in 2016, right? I'm just hearing noises in my backyard. I'm talking to it a little bit at that point, but you know, very interesting, right? So you put all that together and you start going, that's kind of weird. So let me screen share, Google Drive, share. Boom. There she is in all her glory. Beautiful black and white. All right. Now, I thought there was a point that I could. Nope. I had that other screen. I put things on and be on the same screen. And I don't know what I did with it. So we're going to go into, and I know the black and white's a bitch. You know what I should do? Wait a minute. Let me try this. Let me try something real quick so we can get a little more detailed. Hang on. All right. There we go. Yeah, we can do it like that. Go back here. Stop sharing. Then I'll share. And then window. Come to my window. All right, here we go. All right, I can see the comments, all that stuff. Oh, it's gorgeous, right? This thing's unbelievable. So let's see if we can go back to different lights, actually. Let's see if we can bring it back. Let's see if we can get a little more brown in there. Yeah, I like that, but it looks like those old colonial paintings. Try to get detail. Hang on. I always like cool because the blue brings out some cool stuff. Right? All right. Basically, going to be the same. All right. Auto enhance. All right, whatever. So let's go over here then. Let's see if we can mess with the lighting a little bit and try to pull out some details. It's hard because it's black and white. And it was just, it was on a t-shirt basically, which it will be again very soon. So that's another thing. Get over to banterrichieb.com, please, and buy yourself something nice. You can check out the Ernie Davio collection over there as well. I'm probably just going to be marking a bunch of shit down because the store's been kind of dead. So I'm going to knock down. I'm just going to leave prices low as I can get them without having to pay for them. All right, let's go there. All right, so let's go zoom around. Let's see. So look at these branches here, right? Look at these trees. See how it goes behind it, and it looks like it's in front of it, right? And then you come up here to this guy. This guy's in front of it, right? This guy's on the other side as well. And then you got these that go across on the bottom. Now they're in front of it. They're not necessarily even in it, right? And then you have this one is upside down because you see how skinny it gets here, right? Plus to make those and to stay in is hard. Try making a snare with pullover trees or roots and see how long it holds for. That's correct. Yeah, the strength in this is crazy. Ernie, they appear to be an advanced race of Sasquatch, and there is all of the other stuff, not typically a line of Sasquatch going on too. Yeah, no, I think it's really cool. And now, mind you, this is at the base of my property. This is like, what the am I looking at? But look at it. So this tree here, I don't know what that was, is a little bit away from the front of it. So that's why you can see the arch goes behind it and goes down over here. Now there's a series of logs over here, and I mean logs holding this down because that thing's like an elastic band waiting to pop back up. There was a little bit of stress up in this area, stress fractures, nothing crazy. There's this tree here up in front of it, but look, now this is what I want to talk about. All right, so these are touching, right? And there's a bunch of other ones that I can't see. They added to it as time went on. Like this one back here ended up being, see it here? That was in there too. And the black and white kind of took it out, But this one, and this one are in front of it, not touching. The reason why I say that is, well, for one, that's what it was. For two, was it meant to be seen at a certain angle? Right? So you walk up along here, sure, you notice the arch and the other trees that are stuck to the arch, but these ones you don't notice till you get around the front by the suspended tree. Is that something that it's meant to be at a certain angle? Happy birthday, Forest Friend. So everyone got to go help the neighbor get his tractor unstuck. That's what neighbors do, my brother. Check out the Ernie Davio collection in the Banter with RichieB.com merch store. Go over there and check it out. You're going to love his pictures. Professional forensic artist made up what Ernie saw many years ago. And Ernie was so gracious and excited to give us the rights to his story and his pictures up here. They're now part of the Banter with Richie B family. And we will carry on his story as he does and his legacy forever. They'll always be called the Ernie Davio collection. Could be on a coffee cup, a hat, whatever it might be. Go check it out. And that's where like I like to say, my little saying, I like to honor the man and the moment that he stood in. So we get to have that, Ernie. We love you, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, certain angle. Yeah, very subtle, but very precise, which is what you said. What a beautiful exit you just made. So that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at structures. My point is, when you find something, maybe it would have to be something so you know, complex like this in order to get that angle effect, right? Right? Think about that. So when you see a structure, go around all sides and see if it gives off different maybe messages, maybe it gives off different whatever it could be. This is a form of a structure that we definitely don't talk about. Structures are bad, remember? But go around it and see what else there is to see. Because this one structure, knowing what I know now, could have 3 or 4 different markings or messages or whatever in it. It could look like something from the other side. It could look like something from the side. Think about that. Wild, right? We already sang it too long. Let it go, Vamp. I needed some water. I don't know if you could hear that. But no, I mean, I think it's amazing. It's got so much, and the crazy thing is about this, right? The craziest thing about this picture and the way it went, right? Dreamcatcher from Tonga means protection, medicine, large families that comes south, northwest, east. And I love that because it was like a marker to my property. Think of that with what Elder just said, right? And we love your knowledge and we appreciate that. And quite frankly, it makes very much sense in this situation. Imagine that. Imagine I'm marked, as they say. I'm having these experiences well before this happened. I'm the only one. I'm not sharing it. I'm keeping it for myself. It starts to get out within my family circle. They start hearing me and, do this. Oh, God. Right? But this is what's happening. I'm living this. Then you come out to my property edge, the edge of my property before you enter the conservation area. My house is behind this. What you're looking at, my house is beyond it. Straight back. And my property is 3 acres, so it's pretty close to it. Now imagine think of what Elder just said, right? Thank you. And Dreamcatcher from Satonga to us means protection, medicine, large families, right? That come south, northwest. Now think of that, right? So they know that I know they're there. We both understand each other. We're at this point, I'm communicating with them verbally, talking to the woods as if you're my neighbor looking out the window, knocking on a tree, right? Because I would hear a knock and knock back. And then I got to the point that I was like, well, maybe they want me to announce when I'm out in the backyard for them. Bang, I'd hit it. Not that they didn't know, but that's what my thinking was at. So that happened. Now, look at it now, right? Oh, thank you, Brandy. Yeah. All right, Brandy, be safe. I don't know what the weather's like and all that, but much love to you, sister. Brandy Sampson, Ghost Girl, got some kick-ass merch herself, I might add. So you might want to reach out to her to get some kick-ass merch as well. I love merch, never enough merch. Thank you, Brandy. Be safe. So yeah, really cool. So the Dreamcatcher, I wish it wasn't in black and white. And then I have some other photos. Now watch this one. I'm going to show you a cool photo that goes along with this, right? All right, stop. Just stop, sir. So I'm going to show you a couple cool photos that go along with this one, and then we'll call it a day. But they're relevant, trust me. So I'm going to open this one. Hello. I didn't say kick me out. And then this one. Now I have another photo of the Dreamcatcher destroyed. And it was with Wojo and his brother, and I reenacted the whole scene. I thought I had 2 photos up, dude. All right. Oh, I do. Yeah, I thought so. So, all right. So here's this, right? Ready? Watch this stuff. Now, I'm taking a picture in the front. Which one is it now? Damn it. Oh, there it is. It shows me. Imagine that. All right. There's only 2 we need. This one here, right? Oh, I should have done it with, you know what, dude? Let me X-nay that. I'll keep that, and then I'll go over here. Hang on, I got a better idea. Everybody freeze. I said freeze, dude. Boom. There we go. And then boom. There we go. And then, oh no, that's this one. Okay. So then we'll take these out, and then we'll share window. I think that's me. I can't tell. I hope so. Well, did it share? This one. Yeah. Well, why didn't you share, bro? Oh, hit that button. It's not coming up. Is it not coming up? Oh, it's doing that thing again. Hang on a minute. God, I hate YouTube. All right. Window. Yeah, why don't you just bring up 30 windows and we'll talk about it. Oh, there it is. Don't know what happened. All right, cool. So here we are. So now, this is the suspended tree. Right? See it? See how high up it is? So I'm 5'9" on a good day, right? You stretch my arms up. You know, I'm probably, you know, you're going to get 6 feet or more out of that, right? And then you look beyond that. You know, I estimate that to be 10 to 12 feet up. So that's a suspended tree. Now, what's behind me? Look at that. What's going on behind me, man? Wait a minute. Could that be the dreamcatcher? Oh, wait. Do I want to do free? Let me do free. Well, it is free. Why is it doing that then? Come on, bro. You know what I'm trying to get to. Stop being an ass. Oh, I hate you. There's original. There's free. Anyways, it's over here. That's the dream catcher behind me. What the flying fudgery? There it is. So look at you. You start to see it. It's up here. Now look at all the trees on it. Right? Look at the air. This area is smashed, by the way. Well, this dream catcher now is broken right here at the arch and on the ground, and all these other trees that were laid in it no longer there. Look at it over here. Look at that one. Starts down here. You see this bottom one? Goes all the way up. Now, this is why you couldn't tell a guy like me that structures didn't matter. I wasn't down for that, yo. So look how fresh it is. Still alive, right? There it is. See it? There's that arch, man. Look at all these branches on it. Crazy, right? Look at that. And look at this tree's holding it down. Right? Look at these trees are in it. These trees are in it. Right? And look at the ground. That ground's crazy, man. Wojo, you've been here, man. It's hard to even operate through here. Everybody hit the emojis. Come on, wake up for me here. I got a couple more minutes, and then we're going to roll out of here. I think that's what the most amazing. And then look at this break. It comes down, right? Check that out, man. What's it doing? Take a click, 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 click. So, and now there's a suspended tree. Again, I always say this. You find a structure, look around. There's other structures 99% of the time, right? Now watch this, guys. You see this big tree? I'm going to show you the other side of it. Does it let me do it that way? No, it doesn't. Let me do this one. Doesn't let me do that way either. It's so stupid, YouTube. All right. There we go. Now I'm going to go into here. I'm going to pull up the other window. Now, mind you, keep in mind, we have that 10 to 11 feet of tree, right? Now watch. This is the other end of it. You ready? Look at that. This is the suspended tree. You guys see that? I will leave you with this, folks. Look at this Y. 10 to 12 feet off the ground and push through. Wild. And look at it, stops right at this branch too. See it? Crazy. What do you guys think of that? Pretty wild. Try some different colors. So that's why it was hard for me just to rule out like structures altogether, right? Right? That is the front side of that tree that I'm standing underneath with my hands up. This tree here is like way far away off to the right, almost across the path. It's like it almost like they pulled that down and put it to it, right? A needle and thread, we call that one. Needle and thread. Love it. So while you're out there and you're checking on these structures or whatever the case might be, give them some credit, man. Give them their due, because when I was told don't bother, I bothered because I'd already seen stuff. I didn't need this is before my podcast, everything. I didn't need anybody to tell me what I was seeing wasn't real. I knew it was real, because this don't happen without thumbs. That don't happen without thumbs, man. It's a beautiful picture, man. It's just amazing. Well, now I'm back on this screen. It lets me use this screen now. Look at this. Look at that. Yeah, and this one's, some of them are broken off a little bit. Yeah. Look at that. How's that even happen, dude? And the best thing is it's all locked into this gray tree right here. So, something to keep in mind there, right? When you're out there looking, you find something, what you're thinking is okay. It's probably is what it is. How did they give me this screen all of a sudden? I like this screen better. You should have given it to me in the first place, you jerks. But yeah, imagine that, right? Just look at that. Look at the girth on that thing. The height, the girth, the precision. Crazy. Absolutely nuts, man. So, yeah, peekaboo. So what you're thinking about these structures is probably right, and research them further. Don't just discount them. We're dealing with something that isn't scientifically discovered. Look under every rock. Pay attention to every tree. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Anybody that tells you different, I think, is just doing a disservice to the whole community, really. It's something that we should all share our information on, because then you'll have less scrutiny, right? If we start sharing, say there's, they say 92 million people believe in Bigfoot in the United States. 92 million. All right, I'll take it. But if 92 million people don't share, the rest of them just laugh at us, right? So share, share these pictures, share these thoughts and theories. Call it a hypothesis if you must. Whatever you got to do, you got to do it, right? That's why I try to encourage the sharing. It just makes more sense to share than not to share. It's kind of sad that we don't do that stuff, and that we don't share more and we don't talk about this stuff more, and people make fun of people that believe in this stuff, and it's just not right to do. I mean, think about it. Who's benefiting from that? I'm gonna do one more if D-Hoot's still here. D-Hoot, this is for you. So done. Yeah, see, now I'm back on this screen. That's crazy. So this is the asterisk one more time. All right. You know, if you look around at this picture and you look around at everything in it, let me see. All right, let me go free. Right? You look at all the different areas, right? That's in it, right? Yeah, oh, I love them the most too. You know, you look at this one going across, right? You look at it going across. You look at it going like this. Look at this. You tell me how Mother Nature just happened to fall in 7 different directions and took off all the bark. Tell me that. I want to know. If I have to prove to you how it happened, you prove to me how it didn't happen. Tell me. You tell me it's Mother Nature, and that's what they usually do. They'll just say, "Oh yeah, trees fell." They don't have nothing else. So then how did you're saying it? Tell me, I want you to break it down in every direction you think the wind blew, and every tree it hit on the way down like Plinko and landed like this. Right? You just came back? Good. Just in time because I'm signing off. And I put this up here for you because you're my biggest pain in the ass and I love you. Okay? So I wanted you to see that. Number 7? What is that? What do you mean by that? Vamp. Please elaborate before I get off this thing. Right? Look at this. Look at that. So break it down, right? So this one's here. That would have to go first, right? Magic Whirly Winds went that way first. I'll look in a second. And then went this way second. I think this one's last. So then it would have to be this one. Then it would have to be this one, right? Then we got this one. So when you break it down like that, imagine that in your head, that not only does it have barriers, because you got a tree here, so Mother Nature's got to take that into account. Mother Nature's got to take this tree into account, because when these fall, right, say this one hits that tree and gets kicked out and lands there. This tree is way off that tree, so it just happened to fall. So then this one comes in and maybe hit the tree and bounce to the right. And then this one just barely misses the tree. And then this one just goes parallel right across them. I like odd number 7 is one of my lucky numbers. So you say, oh, is it showing you a 7 in this picture? So one of the theories we had was different messaging, right? Like perhaps Viking runes, maybe, right? Remember that? I think a few of us had that conversation in our why won't that open more? Oh, he's so aggravating. In one of our group discussions in the messenger, the chat. All right, free, Richard. Right? Is there some kind of communication with that? I mean, there was a story about it. Was it Leif Erikson or Eric the Red? One of their brothers was, I think it was the year 1000. And he had encounters and said to be trading with tall, hairy men in this village. And they became combative, I guess. They had some kind of aggression or something where the Vikings felt that they had to flee. So, yeah. No doubt. Oh, yeah. Yes, you're welcome. I knew that. But yeah, so think about it, right? So they had encounters with that. So is there a Viking type connection or some, maybe is that where they got the Vikings got their communication from, right? So I don't know. There's so many fun theories that you could go with this. And the bottom line is, like I always say, do not shit on your fellow researcher. Anything is possible in an undiscovered field, okay? Everybody here has their own beliefs and understanding of what's going on. We don't doubt one another, but we're a community. People outside the community have their own thoughts and theories. And basically, a lot of them are just, they don't exist. And that's fine. That's theirs. Don't shit on them for it. Try to teach them. Try to educate them. Try to sway them over to our side. Those things can be fun to try and do. We'll brighten it up a little bit. Oh, Dio, what were you saying? What is off to the right? Is that what you said? Let me see. Oh, did I miss it? Yeah, what's on the upper right? I see a stump. I mean, the edge of this one here. A tree here. I don't know which one what you're referring to. Don't tell me there's another creature in the background I didn't see. Found that out the other day. So the upper right over here. I don't know. Could be. It looks like maybe another tree. But yeah, you can zoom all around these places, man. Look at this. Yeah, it's just hard to believe too. On top of it, with the bark, I know bark dies and falls off. I get that. I'm realistic. All right, cool. So let's X-nay on that. All right, so cool, man. Hey, Richie, I sent Sam something I saw at the dream. Oh, okay. Sorry, D-Hoot, if I missed it. Like I said, sometimes I got to make the screen so big so I can kind of talk. But I don't know. I guess the goal of the structures is to so I don't want to say educate, because then I sound like I'm a pompous asshole. It's to share things with everybody, to open our minds up a little further, and to hopefully make you feel comfortable with sharing structures and theories of structures, and spread the word, you know what I mean? And spread the love and do it in a kind way. And, don't try to force your beliefs on anybody, as anything else in life, whether it's politics, religion, or Bigfoot. Let them have their thing. You have your thing. Hopefully we come together and we can at least have a respectful conversation about whatever the topic is. It's something the whole world lacks. When we get to sit here for a couple hours and talk about tree structures that we think Bigfoot made, it's kind of fun and cool and relaxing, and a breath of fresh air, without the friggin' news and all the bullshit. And nobody has sides here. We're not divided. We're actually united. And it's the biggest thing as humans and Americans and global people that we're missing. We're divided no matter what. And this is something that brings us together. I don't know what religion you are. I don't know who you voted for. I just know you love Bigfoot and you love talking about Bigfoot. And that's the idea of me sitting down on YouTube and having conversation and seeing you guys and watching you guys all talk to each other and stuff, Yeah, the runes. Dihu, yeah, there was a very in-depth conversation within the messenger about the Viking runes and how that asterisk actually looks like one. But you see what I mean? And on last night's show, I had 814 chats, it's called. Just on YouTube alone. So I got to look at the other ones and tally them up. But I'm going to bet we had about 1,000 of you guys talking back and forth, asking questions, saying hello to each other, enjoying each other's company. You didn't ask who you voted for. You didn't ask which God you prayed to. You just said hello. Isn't that what we should be doing, basically? Hello. How are you, fellow human? You know what I mean? So that is exactly. And that is exactly my theory of doing more of these. I will be having another one come up. I'm on some pretty hardcore daddy duty the next few days while Miss Jessica works. I do have just me and my little guy, so we'll see. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Excuse me. Sorry. Maybe when the older kids get home, I'll pick one of those nights to jump on. But Tuesday night, we got the Home of the Boom with the Wojo. He's back. He took last week off. He's back, and he's got to get into some detailed messaging and different gifts and things like that, and stuff we find out in the woods from feathers. And it's about the messaging. So he's going to have a great show about that. 7 p.m. Eastern time. The Home of the Boom podcast with your host, Mr. Wojo, and I will be his co-host, Richie B. And then Wednesday night, you have the Phantom Navigator with Larry Elsler III, I think it is, the second, from 8 to 9 p.m. on Wednesday night. And then Friday night, of course, you have Sam from Sam's Pretty Paranormal podcast, all right here on the Banter Richie B podcast network. We have Jean Tewksbury coming up. She's been working very diligently, and working hard, getting to know Restream and stuff like that. And we're just about ready to start advertising her podcast and what it's going to be about. And the name of it coming very soon. I would say by the beginning of next week, we'll be in full promo mode for Miss Jean Tewksbury from Maine, the cat lady herself, and great researcher all around, Bigfoot researcher. I love her style. I love how she's down to earth, and she's just like one of us. So she fits in perfectly. So we'll have another podcast coming up, whatever night she chooses, and we'll let you know when that's going to happen. Okay. So please, in the meantime, get over to the merch store, banterrichieb.com. Go check out our shirts, our hats, our cups. All that stuff helps the research. It's all so we can sit here and have our time together. And that's where it all goes. So please be a part of that any way you can. Super chat's always open. We always appreciate everything. I want you guys to be safe out there, whatever the weather is, whatever the environment is with those silly humans. Be safe out there, man. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, right here on YouTube. Make sure if you're new here, like, subscribe, hit the notify. I'm getting desperate to hit the woods, man. I think I'm going to end up trudging through 2 feet of snow just to go see things. I don't even care no more. I can't take it. I got to have it, man. So other than that, I just want to say, I love you, baby Jack. I love you, mama. I see you, Ella. Keep Tuesday night, 7 p.m., home of the boom. Thank you, everybody, for being here. D-Hoot, Gene, Elder, Vamp, good to see you. Scott Demers down in Florida, man. Thanks for stopping in. I love you, brother. Be safe out there. Andy was here. Denny was here. Tyler was here. Michelle Wilfong, Ernie Davio, Ben from Oz. All my people, check it out, man. Make sure you share this stuff out. Wojo was in the audience today. Mooncat was out there. Curious Cryptids. All you guys, if I missed you, I'm terribly sorry. Go enjoy some sports. The Bruins actually play outside today at the Stadium Series, so check it out. Yep, can't wait for Gene. That's going to be awesome, right? I wish I could put comments up at least. You would think, right? Thank you for being here, everybody. Have a great day. Everybody keep climbing, baby. Let's go.